Good afternoon to all of you. So today we are going to start the second unit of this subject's universal human value, and the title of this unit is Understanding Harmony in the Human Being, Harmony in Myself. In the previous topic, unit number 1, we discussed that basic guidelines, basic human aspirations, okay, the 4 levels, all these things we discussed. In this topic, we are going to discuss harmony in myself. Now, I think from the starting starting of the syllabus of the subjects, you might be learn this word harmony. Does anybody know that what is mean by harmony?
So
Okay. Yes, this is the I say that dictionary meaning of the harmony. We call it a someone. But can you explain me what you understood actually? What is mean by that harmony?
mutual understanding.
Okay, good. I want the response from your side. Anything else? What you know about harmony, please tell. I will check it whether it is correct or wrong. Because our title is harmony in myself. So we must understand the meaning of harmony first. Yes, anyone? Yes. So harmony, it means that the susamwal is correct. But let me try to explain in detail actual that what is mean by that harmony. Is it okay? So harmony, we call it a state of agreement or the state of the peaceful of agreement. Means what? जे सहजरित्या स्वीकारलं जाणार म्हणजे त्याला म्हणायचं हार्मोनी स्टेट. सहजरित्या स्वीकारलं जाणार, that is we call it a harmony. Means what? Suppose if I say that the two close friends, they are very close, and they're I say that that everything of these two friends are matched, means their thoughts, their conduct, the desires, their ambition. So can I say that these two friends are in harmony? Of course, yes. It means that whatever they have, they can match with each other. That is called as a harmony. Get it, my point? Now you can observe that in a with the nature also, that entire existence, we are in a harmony with that entire existence. Means what? As we know that the summer season it comes, definitely we can know these things, and we can try to match up with this the summer season. It means that we are in a harmony with that summer season. If the winter season, definitely it comes, definitely we know that what to do with the winter seasons, we know that. Then it means that we can also get match with that season also. It means that we are in a harmony with the that winter season. Is it right? So this is nothing but actual, nothing but that harmony. Means everything will be accepted easily. That is called as a harmony. Get it, my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So harmony in myself, it means that whatever I am going to decide in myself, whatever I am going to think, whatever I am going to conduct, definitely all things should be in harmony. It means that it will be matched with myself. It will be accepted to myself. Is it right? Let me give that the one example. Suppose if I say that today you have to do a continuous 8-hour study without stop. Continuous 8-hour study without stop. Is it easily acceptable to you?
No.
No. It means that this is not digestible. कंटिन्युअस 8 तास अभ्यासाला बसणं विदाउट स्टॉप, definitely it's not possible every day. Is it right? It means that with that statement you never be in harmony. म्हणजे ते तुम्ही सहजरित्या तुम्ही ते एक्सेप्ट करू शकत नाही. Get it my point? But if I say that you have to study will with full focus for half an hour, is it possible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are in harmony with my statement. Now get it? What is mean by that harmony?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these things actually we have to understand in this topic. Now, if you see that the content of a syllabus, once again, as I already told that the content, then also I will try to show that the content of a syllabus is we have to understand human being as a coexistence of sentient I and the material body. Second point is understanding the need of a self I and body. We call it so sukh and suvidha. Third point is understanding the body as an instrument of I being the doer, seer, and that enjoyer. Fourth point is understanding the characteristics and activities of I and that harmony in I. And the next point is understanding that harmony of I with the body, Sanyam and Swas, correct appraisal of physical needs, meaning of prosperity in details. And the last point is the programs to ensure Sanyam and Swas. So all these 6 points we need to discuss under this topic is that. So let's start to discuss one by one point. Is it right? So the first thing is that understanding human being. Now, how you define that human being? What is mean by actual human being? Human being means you, me, society, family, all people which are living, these people we call it's a human being. Is it right? But in a detail, if you are going to focus on that word human being, then you will realize that the one thing, the human being is nothing but the coexistence of self and body. I am a human being. And why I say that I am a human being? What is in me so that I can call it a human being? So
Body and
definitely, yes, definitely these are two things. And what are these two things? One is my body and another one is myself, means I. So this I and the body we call, they are always exist together, so that the sentence it is written here, the human being is nothing but the coexistence of self and body. And the self, in another way, we can call it the I. Now, I means what you can call? Can we call I or the self is nothing but the soul? Yes or no?
yes.
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 बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे आपल्यामध्ये एक चेतना शक्ती अशी आहे जी प्रत्येक गोष्ट ठरवते. ती इनविजिबल आहे. इट इज नॉट विजिबल बट वी कॅन एक्सपिरियन्स. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे त्याचा आपण अनुभव घेऊ शकतोय की बाबा आहे. आता सध्या मी म्हणतोय, आता जर सपोज मी म्हणलं की मी आहे, हे मला कसं कळतंय? बॉडी इज अ मटेरियलिस्टिक थिंग. दिस माय बॉडी is not having actually, or the body doesn't know that anything. Who knows the things? I know the things. Is it right? It means that something is present in me, and that is called as I, and that is the basic things behind that everything of myself. म्हणजे माझ्यासाठी जे काही सगळं जे आहे ते आहे, and that is we call it self. And everything is decided by that I only. आणि जे काय डिसिजन घेणार आहे तो घेणार आहे. So that is called as a human being. So in a simple language, we can say that human being is the coexistence of self and body. Now, Many students might be in a confusion. The body and self, these two things, they are exist together. Is it the same thing? म्हणजे ते एकच तर नाहीत का? Absolutely no. Is it right? Absolutely no. These are the two different things. मग आता हे आपण दोन डिफरंट थिंग्स आहेत हे कशावरून सांगू शकतो? Do you have that any proof for that? If you don't have that proof, the self and body are different, then we can say that these are nothing but same things. And but if you have that the proof, these two things are different, then definitely we can consider these things. कारण कोणी फक्त सांगितलंय की दोन वेगळ्या गोष्टी आहेत म्हणून आपण ते समजून घेणार नाहीये. अदरवाइज वी हॅव टू व्हेरीफाय. म्हणजे ते आपल्याला चेक करायचंय की ते दोन गोष्टी वेगवेगळ्या आहेत का नाही. डू यू हॅव दॅट प्रूफ फॉर दॅट? Of course, yes, we have that proof. And now we are going to discuss that how these two things are different. Is it right? So we are that human being. We are the human being. We need to first understand ourselves. The first and most important thing, पहिल्यांदा आपल्याला ओळखता चांगलं आलं पाहिजे. We have to understand ourselves. That is the first point. So what is that human being? That human being is that coexistence of a self and body. The self is what we termed as the I, and the body is what we see with our eyes. Which body, it's visible, but self is not visible. Is it right? This is the basic difference between the self and body. To understand the two realities, we can start by looking at the needs, activities, response of the self and body. Right now, I have asked this question, what is the proof? How you can say that the self and body are the two different things? And if you want to understand actually the reality, why I say that these are the two different things, we need to give the focus on the needs of a self and body, activities of a self and body, responses of a self and body. And then if the needs are different, activities are different, responses are different, this is the proof. With this proof, we can say that the self and body are the two different things. Get it, my point? So let's we start. So here it's a self and the body. We say that they are exist together. Now the needs. You just ask this question to yourself. What are the needs of a self? So what the answer you will get it? What are the needs of a self? So what answer you will get it?
Happiness.
Definitely. Because the self means I, it's actually required in a continuous happiness state. Trust, vishwas, respect, and many more things means care, love. Everything is required to the self only. It means that the need of a self is a feeling. And what kind of a feelings the self is required? Happiness. We call it a sukh. ज्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण त्याला सुख म्हणतो. Trust, vishwas, these are the feeling. Respect, samman, these are the feelings. Get it, my point? So this is the requirement of a self. This is the need of a self. Then what is the need of a body? It's a physical facility. Means what? Food, clothes, shelter, house, money, mobile, laptop, vehicle. That all things are under one category only, and that is nothing but the physical facility. We call it a suvidha. Get it, my point? Means the first thing, if you ask yourself what the self is actually required and what the body is actually required, then you will find this difference here. The requirement of a self is a feeling. And what kind of a feeling? Happiness, trust, respect, care, and what kind of a requirement of a body? Physical facility. Then all physical facility. You can take it any physical facility. It means that the self required or the need of a self is a sukh and the need of a body is a suvidha. So can I say that now these are the two different things? Because the needs of self and body are different. Once again, let me go to the next concept or the next differentiation. In time, how much happiness you actually want in your life?
Continuous.
1 kilo, 1 liter? Can you measure in terms of any unit?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
How much trust, how much respect, care, love you actually require in your life? Can you measure in terms of unit?
No, sir. No, sir.
It means that the need of a self is a continuous with respect to time. We actually don't want to deprive for a single moment. म्हणजे एका मिनिटासाठी सुद्धा आपल्याला वाटत नाही की आपण दुःखी असलं पाहिजे. एका सेकंदासाठी मोमेंट म्हणतो मी, एका मोमेंटसाठी सुद्धा आपल्याला वाटत नाही की आपण नाराज असलं पाहिजे. Because actually our basic aspiration is we must be in a continuous happiness. It means that the requirement of a self, मग ती कोणती रिक्वायरमेंट असेल, हॅपीनेस असेल, ट्रस्ट असेल, रिस्पेक्ट असेल, केअर असेल, it's in a continuous in a motion or continuous with respect to time. And if you try to compare with the requirement of a body, it's a temporary. You can realize these things. Food, if I am hungry now, if I take the food, my requirement is finished. Definitely after certain times, definitely again that same requirement it comes. But right now when I take the food, definitely my requirement is finished. Get it my point? Cloth, if I wear the cloth, my requirement is finished. Get it my point? It means that the requirement of a body or the need of a body is a temporary. The need of a physical facility is a temporary. So please, this is the second difference in between self and body. So now can I say that the self and body are the two different things? Yes. Again, in terms of quantity, just now I say that how much happiness you actually require in your life, 1 kilo, 2 kilo. Yes, we cannot measure in terms of unit. It means that, or how much respect you actually want in your life, we cannot measure. This is right. We cannot measure in terms of any kind of a unit. It means that the need of a self is a qualitative way, and the need of a body is it's a quantitative. म्हणजे काय, एक व्हेकल आहे, बस एक क्वांटिटी पाहिजे मला, फक्त एक घर आहे, एक क्वांटिटी पाहिजे. फूड सुद्धा आपण मेजर करू शकतो, 1 kg 2 kg, नो प्रॉब्लेम, ओनली ऑर लिटर इफ इट इज इन लिक्विड फॉर्म. This is right. This is the basic difference between the self and body. The need of a self is a qualitative and the need of a body is a quantitative. Qualitative and quantitative, please make a difference between that. Then how you can fulfill the need of a self? What is actually required to fulfill the need of a self? Now what is the need of a self? It's the happiness, trust, respect, care, everything, all only feelings. How you can fulfill it? Can you fulfill with money? Yes.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can you fulfill with food? Good type of food? No. Can
No.
you,
No, sir.
can the branded clothes fulfill the requirement of a self?
No.
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 Can the mobile will fulfill the requirement of a self?
No, sir.
No. So what actually required? A right understanding and the right feeling will fulfill the need of a self. म्हणजे आपल्यामध्ये राईट अंडरस्टँडिंग आणि राईट फिलिंग जर असेल तर आपल्याला आनंदी राहता येईल, तर आपल्याला आपला विश्वास असेल, तर सम्मान असेल. Get it my point? It means that the right understanding and the right feelings will fulfill the need of a self. And the how we can fulfill the need of a body. आता बॉडीला काय लागतंय? Food, clothes. This is right. How we can fulfill it? It's a physiochemical things. म्हणजे फक्त ते केमिकल मटेरियल आहे. मग अन्न घ्या, कपडे घ्या, घर घ्या, मोबाईल घ्या, लॅपटॉप घ्या, एक मटेरियल आहे ते. आणि ते केमिकल मटेरियल आहे, कारण एव्हरीथिंग इज मेड विथ केमिकल. आपण सुद्धा एका केमिकलचेच बनलेलो आहोत. We call it a material. Our body is we call it a materialistic things. It means that the material will fulfill the need of a body, and that is called as a, now please remember that the term which is used in this universal human values, physiochemical things, physically chemical things, nothing greater than that. Is that clear? Now activity. मग आता सेल्फच्या काय ऍक्टिव्हिटी आहेत आणि बॉडीच्या काय ऍक्टिव्हिटी आहेत? जस्ट चेक इट. सेल्फ, what are the activities of a self? Definitely desire, thought, expectation. बरोबर आहे. These are the activities of a self. And again, if you check it, how this thought and expectation, desire are continuous in our mind. We cannot stop the thought actually. Can you stop the thought?
No.
Get it, my friend? It means that this is also in continuous with respect to time. So these are the activities. म्हणजे आईची ऍक्टिव्हिटी काय आहेत बघा? डिझायर, थॉट, एक्सपेक्टेशन. दीज आर द ऍक्टिव्हिटीज ऑफ अ सेल्फ. बॉडीची ऍक्टिव्हिटीज काय आहेत? वॉकिंग, इटिंग, रनिंग, जम्पिंग, स्विमिंग, स्लीपिंग आर द ऍक्टिव्हिटीज ऑफ अ बॉडी, जे आपल्याला ऍक्च्युअली दिसतात. These activities of a body are visible, but activities of a self are not visible, but the activities are in a continuous in our mind, and these are nothing but desire, thought, and that expectation. Is that clear? So this is the basic difference between the self and body. Now responses. What kind of a responses I gives and what kind of a responses body gives? See that. Knowing म्हणजे जाणून घेणे, माहित करून घेणे. Assuming गृहीत धरणे. Recognizing ओळखणे. And fulfilling कंप्लीट करणे. मग जाणून घेण्याची रिस्पॉन्स हा बॉडीचा असू शकतो का? बॉडी समजून घेऊ शकते का?
No.
बॉडी गृहीत धरू शकते का? Get it, my point? But the recognizing and the fulfilling are the responses of a body. म्हणजे काय? किंवा आता आपल्या शरीराला अन्नाची गरज आहे, ओळखलंय. बॉडीला ती लक्षात आले का? तर आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये एकदम त्राण राहिलेला नाहीये एकदम, म्हणजे त्याला गरज लागलेली आता अन्नाची गरज आहे. अन्न घेतलं म्हणजे फुलफिल झालं. म्हणजे ओळखणे आणि कंप्लीट करणे, एवढेच दोन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आहेत बॉडीचे. सपोज आपल्याला खूप तहान लागली आहे, म्हणजे काय की आपल्याला आता कसं तरी व्हायला, पाणी प्यावंच लागतं. ओळखलं, ड्रिंक द वॉटर, फुलफिल इट, फिनिश. But except that these two feelings or these two responses, recognizing and fulfilling, two more responses that I have, and that is nothing but knowing and that achievement. जाणून घेणे आणि गृहीत धरणे. Is it that clear? So with this difference, we can say that the self and the body are the two different things, but they are existed together. That's why we can call the human being is the coexistence of self and body. Is it that clear? So this table is very important to understand these two things. If you try to see that the first column, the need, the time, quantity fulfilled by activity, and the responses of a self and body are totally different. That's why we say that this is the actual proof. That's why we say that the self and body are the two different things, but the fact is that they always exist together. We cannot separate it out. If you separate the self from the body or the body from the self, nothing will happen. Is it right? So this is the point here, and that is called as a that human being. We need to understand it. Is it that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see that once again we just sum up that all the chart, what the chart just now we discussed. The need of a self is a happiness. The need of a body is a physical facility. For example, food. All the needs related to the self are continuous in time. All the needs related to the body are required for the limited time, means temporary. The need of a self is a qualitative in a nature, and the need of a body is a quantitative. It can be measured in terms of unit. All the needs of a self are in terms of feelings, can be fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling, and all the needs of a body can be fulfilled by some physiochemical things. The self has an activity of desire, thought, and expectation, which are continuous. And on the other hand, activity of a body like eating, walking, etc., is a temporary in a time. This is the same chart is there. Okay, so with this, let me try to raise that the one pole. Yes, that poll is launched. Just check it. Now let me try to read that the question. Don't try to submit that response. First, read the question very carefully. The self and dot dot are different in a nature, materiality, needs, and activities. And the options are in front of you: trust, body, belief, and the none. Select now. You can select submit that your response. Okay, let me stop the poll here. I think I have given the sufficient time to you, and the result is in front of you. You just check it. So here you will observe that the correct answer is the second one, which is nothing but the body. Self and body are the different in nature, materiality, needs, and the activity. So the body is the correct answer. Okay. Now let me check that one more poll. If I have, then I can try to replace it. Yes, I have that another one poll. And then poll is launched. Please read the question very carefully first before submitting your response. Let me read that. Activities of self, activities of self are, and that options in front of you. I think that let me relaunch that the poll once again. Yes, once again, please check it. Activities of self are, first option is happiness. What happened? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is the poll is visible to you or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Close.
Once again, I will check it. Huh? Now check it. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Now you can submit that answer. Activities of self are, first option is happiness, second is prosperity, third one is desire, thought, expectation, and fourth one is none. Okay. I think let me stop this poll here. I have given the sufficient time to you. Out of 53, only 40 students have submitted their response. What about that remaining 13 students? Okay, no issue. Let me stop this poll here, and the result is in front of you. And just now we discussed that activities of I is are nothing but desire, thought, and that expectation. Is it okay? So the third option is correct. Let's we move forward. Yes. So just now we discussed that the response of a self and body. Uh, you just try to see that once again. What are the responses of a self and body? So there are only two responses of a body. One is a recognition, and another one is a fulfilling. ओळखणे आणि complete करणे. But there are four responses of a self: knowing, assuming, recognizing, and the fulfilling. Now with this the point, let me try to discuss the more things. Yes, this is the point. So with the response of the self and body, as we know that the response given by the self are different and the response given by the body are different. The body will give only two kind of response. One is a recognizing and another one is a fulfilling. And but the self will give the total four types of responses: knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. But now the most of the problems for a human being is due to the assumption without knowing. Now, if you see this image, definitely you may feel that it's very complicated. This is right. But don't confuse. Let me try to explain very easily. Before explaining this image, let me ask that the one question. Please give me that your answer frankly. It may be wrong, it may be correct. Actually, it's a wrong and correct. It's not the thing. It's your view is that. Okay. So my question to you is that if I say that engineering graphics subject is very difficult to understand, what is your view?
No,
Yes,
sir.
it's a no. Okay. Anything? सगळ्यांचा एकच view आहे. Please contribute in the discussion. Okay. If I say that to learn the swimming, it's very difficult. What is your view? Am I audible or not? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
सगळे जागेवरती आहेत ना, मला रिस्पॉन्स मिळत नाहीत म्हणून म्हणलं काय. आता मी फक्त एका बाजूनच फक्त बोलत बसायचो, तुम्ही आपलं काहीतरी वेगळं काय करताय का? ओके. रिस्पॉन्स द्या, येस नो काय असेल, हा बरोबर आहे सर, चुकीचं आहे, असा रिस्पॉन्स आला पाहिजे हो तुमच्याकडून. गेट इट माय पॉइंट. अनदर वन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम माय साइड. काही काही प्रचलित गोष्टी आपल्या फॅमिलीमध्ये म्हणा किंवा सोसायटीमध्ये म्हणा अजूनही आहेत आणि ते आपण त्याचा थोडाफार तरी का होईना विचार करतो. एम आय राईट? सपोज वी से दॅट, म्हणजे आपण कुठल्या तरी एका चांगल्या कामासाठी घरातून बाहेर पडलो आणि अचानक आपल्याला मांजर आडवी गेली. व्हॉट यू थिंक? व्हॉट यू थिंक?
That work is not going completed.
येस, राईट. म्हणजे बरं, आता अजून एक प्रश्न विचारतो की इंजिनिअरिंग मेकॅनिक्स विषय हा एकदम सोपा विषय आहे. व्हॉट इज युअर व्ह्यू ऑन दॅट माय स्टेटमेंट?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
येस.
Yes.
बघा, मग ऍक्च्युली भरपूर वेळेस आपलं 99% आपल्याला प्रॉब्लेम फेस का करावे लागतात? बिकॉज नाउ आय थिंक द 4 स्टेटमेंट्स आय जस्ट पुट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, म्हणजे तो ग्राफिक्सचा असेल, मेकॅनिकचा असेल, स्विमिंग बद्दलचा असेल किंवा दुसरे एक प्रचलित गोष्टी मांजर आडवी गेलेल्याच असेल. when somebody comes to me and when he say or she say that engineering graphics is very difficult, so what is going on in my mind? He say that engineering graphics is very difficult means definitely he is correct. म्हणजे मी तात्पुरता तो काय विचार करणार, किंवा तो म्हणतोय किंवा इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्स अवघड आहे म्हणजे डेफिनेटली तो असणार आहे. But it means that when he say that engineering graphics is difficult, I try to assume without knowing. I just try to assume that the graphics subject is difficult. म्हणजे मी त्याला व्हेरीफाय केलं नाही, त्यानं जे सांगितलं आहे असं ऍक्सेप्ट केलं आणि माझा थॉट तिथून पुढे प्रोसेस चालू झाली. म्हणजे मी त्यातून पुढे इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्सला काय म्हणून ओळखलं, डिफिकल्ट म्हणून ओळखलं, आणि मग मी त्याच्या रिलेटेड ज्या काही गोष्टी आहेत ते डिफिकल्ट म्हणून या थॉटनच करू लागलो. किंवा एखादा माझ्यापाशी आला आणि तो म्हणला की स्विमिंग फार अवघड आहे, म्हणजे मी आता स्विमिंग शिकणार आहे, आणि तो माझ्याकडे आला आणि तो म्हणला की स्विमिंग फार अवघड आहे. माझा थॉट कसा असणार? यस, ही से म्हणजे म्हणतोय म्हणजे बरोबरच असणार आहे ना, ते खोटं कसं? हॅव आय चेक इट? मीन्स वॉट एव्हर द थॉट इट कम्स इन माय माइंड just because of others saying like that, and I directly try to assume without knowing it. म्हणजे मी त्याला ते जो काय सांगतोय तो खरं आहे, खोटं आहे, किंवा ते नॅचरली ऍक्सेप्टेबल आहे का नाही, त्याला काय प्रूफ आहे का नाही, हे जाणून घेतलं नाही, मी हे माहित करून घेतलं नाही. आय जस्ट ट्राय टू अज्युम डायरेक्टली जस्ट बाय हॅव्हिंग द फेथ ऑन इट. म्हणजे मी डायरेक्टली अज्युम करू लागलो, रेकग्नायझेशन करू लागलो, म्हणजे ओळख करू लागलो त्यानुसार, आणि त्यानुसार माझं बिहेवियर चालू झालं. अँड दॅट इज वाय we are facing so many problems in our life. 99% we are facing a problem because of we are assuming the things without knowing, and that is the problem. And when we do like this, when we assume the things in our life without actual knowing the things, that is called as a preconditioning. त्याला काय म्हणलं गेलेलं आहे? प्रीकंडिशनिंग. म्हणजे जसं की एक जण आला आणि मला सांगितलं की ग्राफिक्स विषय फार अवघड आहे, मी लगेच अज्युम केलं, हो खरंच तो अवघडच आहे. इट्स कॉल्ड ॲज अ प्रीकंडिशनिंग. कारण आय हॅव नॉट चेक इट whether it is easy or whether it is difficult. I have not solved any single numerical also for the graphics, but I assume that the subject is difficult. That is called as a preconditioning. And the preconditioning means what? Assuming without knowing. बघा ना, एकच सब्जेक्ट घेऊन चालू आहे आपण. मग जर त्या मित्राच्या ऐवजी, जो मला डिफिकल्ट आहे म्हणून सांगतोय, त्या मित्राच्या ऐवजी दुसरा एक मित्र आला असता आणि त्यानं मला म्हणलं असता की वो इंजिनिअरिंग विषय फार सोपा आहे, माझं अझम्पशन चेंज झालं असतं का नसतं? याचा मग ऍब्सोल्युटली माझा विषय म्हणजे माझं अझम्पशन चेंज झालं असतं. हा खरंय बाबा, यो म्हणतोय म्हणजे काहीतरी असेल, सोपं असेल. लक्षात येते? इट मीन्स दॅट my assumptions are not my assumptions. My assumptions are depends on what others says. म्हणजे दुसरे काय सांगतायत त्याच्यावरती जर माझं अझम्पशन जर असेल तर डेफिनेटली आपल्याला कधी ना कधीतरी आयुष्यात प्रॉब्लेम फेस करावेच लागणार आहेत. डू यू एग्री विथ मी ऑर नॉट? It means that I am assuming the things based on what other says. It means that these are not my assumptions. My assumptions are going to be changed with respect to time, and that is called as a paratantra. म्हणजे माझं assumptions हे डिपेंडेंट आहेत, दुसऱ्याच्या सांगण्यावरती डिपेंडेंट आहेत. ते मी स्वतः चेक केलेलं नाहीये, ते मी स्वतः व्हेरीफाय केलेलं नाहीये. दॅट इज कॉल्ड अ परतंत्र. म्हणजे माझे अझम्पशन हे परतंत्रित आहेत, ते स्वतंत्र नाहीयेत. का स्वतंत्र नाहीयेत म्हणतोय आपण? कारण ते दुसऱ्याच्या सांगण्यावरती डिपेंड्स आहेत, किंवा कुठंतरी आपण काहीतरी वाचलं असेल, कुठंतरी काही ऐकलं असेल, बघितलं असेल, आणि त्याच्यावरून आपण डायरेक्ट अज्युम करू लागलो. We are assuming without knowing. Definitely these our assumptions going to be changed with respect to time, and our conduct is indefinite. म्हणजे आपलं बिहेवियर सुद्धा ते त्या अँगलनच असणार. And that is called as a paratantra. Then how to solve this problem? The problem we can solve with the education संस्कार. आता त्याला युनिव्हर्सल ह्युमन व्हॅल्यूज मध्ये एज्युकेशन संस्कार नाव दिले गेलेलं आहे. Now that education sanskar means what? If whatever we are going to assume, if we assume with knowing, म्हणजे आफ्टर नोईंग द थिंग्स, खरंच तो विषय अवघड आहे का, बघिता तुम्ही स्वतः तो चेक करा, स्वतः त्याचा अभ्यास करा, जाणून घ्या, माहित करून घ्या, अँड देन वी अज्युम दिस थिंग्स. खरंच पोहणं एवढं अवघड आहे का? पहिल्यांदा पाण्यामध्ये उतरा, बघा त्याच्यासाठी काय काय लागतंय ते, and then you can try to assume it. That's right. It means that when we are trying to know the things first, and then we are assuming the things, and after that recognition and fulfilling that will be the continuous. Is it right? Then we will get that the solution. And while knowing the things, how to know the things? With the self verification, with the self exploration, with the self investigation. We have to check that whether the thing is naturally acceptable or not. ते खरंच naturally acceptable आहे की नाही. We have to live accordingly. Which is right. And if it is naturally acceptable, definitely we can assume the things, we can recognize the thing, and मग त्याच्यानुसार आपण त्याची fulfillment करू लागतो. And then when we are knowing the things clearly first, then our assumption, or we call, then our conduct is स्वतंत्र. त्यावेळेस तो आपला स्वतःचा डिसिजन असणार आहे, दुसरं कुणी सांगितलं ते नाही. जरी त्यांनी सांगितलं तरी ते आपण पहिल्यांदा माहीत करून घेतलंय. कशाच्या बेसवरती? नॅचरल ऍक्सेप्टन्सच्या बेसवरती ते माहीत करून घेतलंय, जाणून करून घेतलंय, त्याची डिटेल इन्फॉर्मेशन मिळवलेली आहे, आपण सेल्फ व्हेरिफिकेशन केलेलं आहे. मग त्यामुळं तो जो काय डिसिजन होणार आहे तो आपला स्वतःचा असणार आहे, तो दुसऱ्याचा नसणार आहे. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ स्वतंत्र. But in our life, including me also, most of the things we are trying to assuming the things without knowing. That's why we are facing a problem. This is the point here. Now you know that what are the four responses of I: knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. Now you can do this thing. Now you can start to do these things here. म्हणजे इथून पुढे कुणी जरी काही सांगितलं तर पहिल्यांदा ते माहीत करून घेतलं पाहिजे, ते समजून घेतलं पाहिजे, त्याचा बेस लक्षात घेतला पाहिजे, ते नॅचरली ऍक्सेप्टेबल आहे की नाही ते चेक केलं पाहिजे, सेल्फ इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन केलं पाहिजे, सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन केलं पाहिजे, अँड देन वी आर ट्राइंग टू अचीव द थिंग्स. देन डेफिनेटली वी विल नॉट बी इन अ प्रॉब्लेम इन अ फ्युचर. This is the point is that. So these four responses of I are very important to understand first. Just now I explained with the two to three examples. Now this is your turn. म्हणजे आता तुम्ही प्रत्येक आपल्या लाईफ मध्ये जे काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी होणार आहे त्याच्यासाठी तुम्ही ह्या चार रिस्पॉन्सेसचा व्यवस्थित विचार करू शकता, अँड बेस्ड ऑन दॅट यू कॅन डू युअर ऍक्टिव्हिटी. गेट इट माय पॉइंट? सो I think today we are going to stop here. Okay. The further part of this syllabus we will discuss in the next session.